Students, now we come to exercise 10.3, question number 1. This is the figure of question number 1, in which given is AB is congruent to DC. We see in the figure AB is congruent to DC and AD is congruent to BC. AD is congruent to BC. These two things are given, and we have to prove that angle A is congruent to angle C. This is angle A and this is angle C. These two angles are congruent. This we have to prove. And angle ABC is congruent to angle ADC. This is angle ABC and this is angle ADC. These two angles are congruent. This we have to prove. So let us start. These questions are theorem like. Here given is AB is congruent to DC and AD is congruent to BC. Here is this AB is congruent to DC and AD is congruent to BC. These two things are given. We have to prove two things. Simply we can say that both the pair of opposite angles are congruent. This is one pair of opposite angles and this is another pair of opposite angles. These both are congruent. Angle A is congruent to angle C and ABC is congruent to angle ADC. Angle A is congruent to angle C and angle ABC is congruent to angle ADC. This we have to prove. So let us start. From figure, consider the correspondence of two triangles ABD and CBD. Let us see in the figure. We will take the correspondence of two triangles ABD triangle and CBD triangle. This is CBD triangle. Consider the correspondence of these two triangles. So let us prove prove these opposite angles congruent from the figure. Students, consider the correspondence of these two triangles. In this triangle, in ABD triangle, the side AB is congruent to side DC in the other triangle. In this triangle, the side AD, its corresponding side in this triangle is BC. AD is congruent to BC. Reason given. In the triangle ABD, the side BD is congruent to the side BD of the side in the triangle CBD. Reason common. BD is common in these both the triangles. Hence, we have discussed three elements which are side, side, side. Its corresponding sides are here in this triangle side, side, side. All the three corresponding sides of both the triangles are congruent, hence both the triangles are congruent. Triangle ABD is congruent to triangle CBD. If both the triangles are congruent, then angle A of this triangle, its corresponding angle in this triangle is angle C. This will be congruent. Reason, corresponding angles of congruent triangles. And now in this triangle, angle ABD, this angle will be congruent to the corresponding angle in this triangle, angle CDB. And similarly, in this triangle, angle ADB, first we have discussed ABD. Now we will discuss ADB. Its corresponding angle is CBD. These two angles will be congruent. Reason, corresponding angles of congruent triangles. Now, if we add these two, as we have discussed that this angle is equal to this opposite angle and this angle is equal to this opposite angle. If we add these two angles according to the addition postulate of angles, if we add these two angles, addition of these two angles will be equal to the addition of these two angles. Hence, the angle B, which is the addition of these two angles, will be equal to the angle D, which is addition of these two angles. Hence, proved. This we have proved from the figure. Now I will show you all this discussion on the page and we will discuss it again. We took the correspondence of two triangles ABD and CBD. Here is ABD and CBD. And then we discussed three corresponding elements. AB congruent to DC. See here, AB is congruent to DC, reason given. AD is congruent to BC, reason given. AD is congruent to BC. AD is congruent to BC, reason given. Thirdly, BD is congruent to BD, reason common. BD of this triangle is congruent to BD of this triangle, reason common. Hence, these two triangles are congruent because of side postulate. So these two triangles are congruent. This I have written here. Therefore, triangle ABD is congruent to triangle CBD. These are triangle ABD is congruent to triangle CBD. Hence, some results. Angle A will be congruent to angle C. Reason corresponding angles of congruent triangles. Angle A will be congruent to angle C. Reason corresponding angles of congruent triangles. Now, angle ABD is congruent to angle CDB. This is angle ADB is congruent to angle CBD. And let's say this is equation 1. And now, and angle CBD is congruent to angle ADB. Angle CBD is congruent to angle ADB. This I have written here. CBD is congruent to angle ADB. This is equation 2. Reason corresponding, same reason, corresponding angles of congruent triangles. Now some mathematical steps. Suppose if these are two equations. Now by adding these two equations from equation 1 and 2, this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. If we add these two equations, adding left hand side, these two left hand sides, angle ABD plus angle CBD, angle ABD plus angle CBD will be equal to the sum of right hand side, angle CBD plus angle ADB, angle CDB plus angle ADB. Adding equation 1 and 2. Now, sum of ABD and CBD. ABD and CBD. Where are these two angles in the figure? This is angle ADB and this is angle CDB. This is angle ADB and this is angle CDB. If we add these two angles, ABD plus CBD, it will be, the sum of these two angles will be angle ABC. Angle ADB and angle CDB. If we add these two angles, we can get angle ADC. And similarly, angle ABD plus angle CBD. Sum of these two angles will be equal to angle ABC. Angle ADB and angle CDB. Sum of these two angles is equal to angle ADC. Hence, these two angles are also congruent. Hence, proved.